I've been struggling to figure out exactly what I want to talk about tonight, and I usually find myself either scrolling through TikTok, scrolling through my notes, reading books, just trying to get some sort of inspiration. And when I say scrolling through TikTok, I have all of the videos that inspire me saved there, so not just scrolling my literal For You page, but trying to find things that I have saved. And going through my old notes, reading the Word, trying to figure out exactly what I want to talk about, and then I find something and then I talk about it. And instead of that, I wanted to challenge myself a little bit by just talking to you guys without any type of script, any type of plan, and being as genuine as I can, and letting you guys know as well that it's okay to not exactly have a plan every single time, but the execution is what needs to be done regardless. The execution is keep my cadence at the pace that I want it to be, speak at a tone that is going to reflect confidence, try to use fillers like less. Try to hit the same cues that I have every single night whenever I make a video. And the most important thing is execution, in the sense of carrying myself with confidence and showing what I've learned through doing this over and over and over again for 183 days in a row now. And the reason that I wanted to do that is to show you that the importance of building positive habits, and how you can go from being the absolute worst at doing something, which I'm not saying I'm an expert at this point, but I could not talk to a camera. I could not convey a message. I could not speak without stuttering. I could not speak without saying like, or as. I could not do all of these things. And it wasn't just that I had trust and faith in God and believed that God was going to allow me to be able to do these things, and I just went and did it. It was that I believed that, yes, but then I also built the competence that led to confidence. And that's what Michael Smoke talks about all the time, and I think is extremely important and something that I want to implement in my life more so. And I think that it's something that has really made itself evident here in my ability to articulate myself and execute continuously with my YouTube videos. And they might not be the most beautifully well articulated video every single time. They might not have the best message. They might not convey the most compelling story every single time. But they are something that I get out, and I think it is continuously getting slightly better, slightly better, slightly better. And now these small increments have led to something that I believe is a huge growth. And I'm trying to recall the exact message that I read this morning in James Clear's book, Atomic Habits. I believe it was him just literally saying that he talks about the title itself of the book, which is Atomic Habits, and what he meant by that. And it was on an atomic scale, doing things at a micro scale with habits in your life, positive ones or negative ones, doing small things that are going to build towards a positive, huge shift in your life. And it seems like the accomplishment happens overnight, but in reality, it's something that takes a lot of time and a lot of effort put into it that's not really seen, because all these things are done micromanaged. All these things are done on a small scale. All these things are done on an atomic scale, to a sense where it's not noticeable when you really make a change initially. And it's kind of the same sense when I first started making these YouTube videos. I didn't know what I was doing, and I sucked for like the first month, it seemed like. And then all of a sudden it just became natural. And it wasn't like I was all of a sudden better, but I might have came across that way to certain viewers, and especially did myself, honestly, looking back to where I was in the moment, making the videos, I didn't feel like I was getting better. And it wasn't until I went back and looked and saw the actual difference in my ability to convey a message, my ability to make sense, my ability to articulate myself. And this isn't me being braggadocious. This is me just saying that this works with anything that you want to pursue in life. The same sense of me pursuing basketball. I was god awful. I didn't even start till 7th grade, which is relatively late for anybody that wants to play at the collegiate level. And I started in 7th grade. I barely made the team. I played like legitimately, I think 40 seconds the whole season. I think I got in 2 games, and it was like one was a buzzer beater, like 12 seconds left. The other one was like 38 seconds left. I got to run around for a little bit. Didn't really play my entire 7th grade year. My 8th grade year was basically a replication of the exact same thing. I didn't play much. Freshman year, I got to play a little bit. It was still very, very selective minutes. I barely made the freshman team. I didn't even think I was going to, but for some reason I was blessed to make it happen, and that's what was supposed to happen. And then sophomore year, I started to get a little bit more opportunity. I was still on JV, but I was kind of becoming the go-to guy on JV at least, which was cool, but I still was not very good. I'm not gonna lie, I was not very good at the sport, but I was getting more confident and I was getting better slowly. And then junior year, I was pretty decent, made varsity, but I barely played really. I didn't play a whole lot. I started to get some important minutes near the end of that season, but it wasn't anything that was going to get college coaches' eyes on my game. Like, it just wasn't something that was going to happen, especially at the Division I level. And the only reason that I did get those eyes later is because My senior year, I got the opportunities, and then this is not even exactly how the story went. My junior, was it my first senior year? It's kind of a bit blurry to me. Regardless of the fact, I had surgery on my chest, I believe, my junior year, and I missed that year. So I think I was switching up my junior and senior year. I missed that year, and then I came back for my senior year, and I played, and I was a lot better because I worked extremely hard, and I kept the same habits and the same routine towards getting better at basketball throughout the entirety of seventh grade, all the way to my senior year. And then all of a sudden, I was blessed to receive another senior year because I was only going to graduate at 17 years old originally, and I was really young for my grade. The surgery caused me to miss 6 months of school, so I didn't really know anything about school. I missed the majority of my junior year. I missed my entire junior year of basketball, so I didn't even get to touch the court once. So they granted me another year, and that was a huge blessing. It's a little bit not really. It doesn't really tie into exactly what the story is. The point of it, and I'm sorry I'm going on a bit of a tangent here, forgive me for that, but the point of the story is that I consistently did the same thing and I got better at what I was doing. So say I did a dribbling drill, whereas me working on in and out dribbles, I did the same thing and nothing changed until it all changed. So starting, I couldn't even do an in and out dribble, and I couldn't do it. I did a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better, and I still felt like I was struggling every single time I was doing it, especially when I would try with my right hand because I'm left-handed. And then all of a sudden, senior year, I can do it effortlessly with both hands. And it's not like that's something that happened overnight, but my senior year, my second one, technically my first one, whatever you want to call it, my coach comes up to me and he's like, Gage, what happened? You changed overnight. You're all of a sudden, respectfully, the best player on the team at this point. And like, what happened? How did you change it? And I was like, I've been doing the same thing. I've been doing the exact same routine. And those things just kind of tend to fall into place if you consistently do something that is going to be beneficial to yourself and whatever your goal is. And not necessarily saying that you need to make goals. It's more so saying the opposite, that you need to set up systems in place that are going to allow you to achieve a goal. So my goal wasn't just make varsity, because then I made varsity and what's next? You know what I mean? My goal wasn't just go play college basketball. It was like, okay, well, I get to the college basketball. Do I want to perform? What am I going to do next? It was just get better at basketball and put systems in place that are going to make me better. And that's what allowed me to achieve the goals, if you want to call them that. And it's just the same with anything. With this YouTube channel, I genuinely believe that the only reason I can say I've gotten any better at doing it, any better at conveying a message, any better at talking to the camera comfortably without being nervous or, any of those other things, not using as much fillers. I know I'm using, right now, but I've gotten better at not doing those things. Whenever I actually have a plan of what I want to talk about set in place, I'm a little bit better at not doing that. But regardless, whatever you put your mind to, if you truly want to achieve something great, set up systems and set up non-negotiables with yourself. And this is what I've talked about the last two YouTube videos, but I just want to kind of circle back and allow it to not be redundancy, but give it a separate message and show the importance of why I originally spoke about it. I just think it's important, and it's not as difficult as you make it. Just make small changes in your life and stop trying to stop bad habits. Just form more good ones, and the bad ones will weed themselves out. So that's the message. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, have a blessed one.